Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So, first off, I just want to mention a couple of things before I start this video. It's been 5 months since I posted a video, and I really don't know what to say. So my eye it's flared up right now, so we're just gonna ignore that and just continue on. And also there's going to be some stuff happening out here, I think. My parents are already really loud, but we're getting tile installed, and the time that I chose to film a video it just happened to be on the day we're getting tile installed. Today's video is going to be about hermit crabs. Now, a lot of people, when they think of hermit crabs, they're like, oh cute, you know, little kid's pet, all this stuff, like wow, how cute, you know, put them in a little box of sand, kind of talking about the myths and a bunch of stuff about hermit crabs and things people don't really know about hermit crabs that are just extremely important. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is where they come from. Crabs can't be bred in captivity. It's just they're too nervous and too anxious of an animal to breed in captivity. 99% of the hermit crabs that you are buying are hermit crabs that have been captured and taken from the wild, which already causes a multitude of problems for them health-wise, and they probably won't live very long because they were stolen from the wild. So it's like when they are taken from the wild, they're put into, I'll link a video down below by Peta. It'll explain everything, but if you're really sensitive to animal abuse or anything like that, don't watch that video because it really is disturbing. So I figured I would just mention that if you want to go check that out. But basically they keep them in this giant pen. They're all just there's so many of them, they're all stacked on top of one another and just left there with no food and water on cement, mind you, which they need about pretty much 6 to 8 inches of eco earth plus maybe some play sand in order to bury and dig and molt and have a happy life. So keeping them on cement or an inch or not even an inch of sand is not an option. It's not good. So most of the time, all the time, you see them with their painted shells, whether it's SpongeBob or baseball or just a cool design. Those are plastic shells, and they've been painted, and they are extremely, extremely, extremely toxic to the crab. And they aren't given any option of having their natural shells. So basically their natural shells are cracked off of them, and as you see in the PETA video if you did watch it, they are left to choose between the plastic painted shells, extremely toxic, and sometimes they'll even paint the shells with the crab in them so they can't even get out of the shell because the paint has literally seeped inside of the shell and is keeping them there from moving. Why is my filter making so much noise? I don't know. Next thing I'm going to be talking about is kind of some of their hair and all that stuff. So a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions. A lot of beach shack stores, or you'll see little booths in malls, will have hermit crabs out. That's what I say, man. So they'll have them in this pin or whatever, and then they'll have the little plastic containers, and they'll be like, oh yeah, come buy a hermit crab, here's a plastic container with some sand. And I was sadly a victim of that when I was younger. I ended up buying 2 hermit crabs from, I hate it so much. So many children and so many families are misconceived. I think that a better word for misconceived would be misinformed. A lot of families aren't given the right information on how to care for these crabs, and they just impulse buy them. So misconceived, I use that word a lot today, and I don't know why. I was filming 3 videos today and I kept using that word, but misinformed would be a better word for this situation. About this stuff, because they're just, again, sold in these very family driven and people driven areas. And so a lot of people are like, oh cute hermit crab, let's just go pick one up, which leads to a lot of impulse buying and a lot of hermit crab deaths. Goes into hermit crabs. I don't know a lot about hermit crabs, but I know a lot about their basic care. They love to climb, and they're very social creatures, and they hate being held. So there's a lot of misconceptions that hermit crabs love to be held and played with. No, they don't, especially when they're molting, and a lot of people and families don't know that they molt. I know I didn't, because my hermit crab disappeared and I couldn't find it. And then I was like digging around for it, and then I found it, and it was all pink and slimy, and that was just after I had finished molting. I probably thought the hermit crab was dead, because we ended up just tossing it, and I feel so bad saying that, and it just like hurts my heart to put it out on the internet, but I was a victim of that. Just like any other person, I'm not perfect. And I think that everyone should just really take the time to learn about an animal, even if it is a hermit crab or a goldfish or a betta fish, because in reality there's a lot more care that goes into a hermit crab. Hermit crabs live for up to 30 years. Again, like, that is a lifelong commitment. That's like half your life owning a hermit crab. So it's like, that's not something where you can just grab a plastic container and put them in there. I think it's really sad that people are owning hermit crabs, and I honestly just think that the trade should just overall stop. And if you already have hermit crabs and you're watching this video and you're like, what do you mean? I just got my hermit crab like a week ago and I love him. Then you can make these changes by watching this video. So I would recommend putting your hermit crabs, if you have, I would say 20 gallons per crab. I could be wrong, but I say 20 gallons per crab. I think a lot of space gives them a good ground to live on. And so I also recommend Eco Earth for hermit crabs. They don't naturally live on the sand. I mean, they do, but they don't. So like, you can mix place sand and Eco Earth, and that's a pretty good mixture for them to live in. And you just put that, and what I would do is probably go like this and angle it up. So you want to start with like lesser Eco Earth on the beginning, and then you can go up to 6 or 8 inches, whatever it is, towards the back. So they have plenty of digging room and places to bury, so whenever they want to whenever they want to melt, they can just go do that in the sand. A lot of the hermit crab food that is supplied, I've noticed pet stores have become a little bit better with foods and information on hermit crabs, but like, they don't need just the, like, you can supply those little pellets for them or whatever, but they need fresh foods, lots of fresh vegetables and fresh fruits and all that stuff, and so supplying that is very, very good for them. They also need 2 giant water bowls that they can soak themselves in and pretty much submerge their entire bodies in. One fresh and one salt water. I know that you can pick up salt water from any pet store or even Walmart. I've seen it at Walmart, and it's not like it's not accessible. I don't know why people struggle to understand that. Like, oh, salt water, I'll just put some salt in some water. Like, it's not really how it works. I mean, you can make your own salt water. I have seen it done before, so you could just watch a video on that. I feel like that's a lot more work than just going out and buying salt water. They need a heat source. They are not just going to live in the cold dirt. They need a heating pad slapped onto the side of that tank for them to live in. Hermit crabs are very social creatures, so when you're buying hermit crabs, which I hope you don't because the trade and the places they come from are really sad, but if you end up having hermit crabs, they're extremely social creatures, so you don't want to just have them by themselves. They'll be a very sad and depressed hermit crab, and they will probably die because they're so sad and depressed. So that's just the reality of it. They're really intelligent crabs, and I hate that people have put this label on them that's, oh, they're just dumb little spiders in a shell that live in the water. Like, that's not right at all. So I wanted to mention a couple of things that I just missed out on. Each hermit crab needs 3 shells. That was weird looking. 3 shells to choose from each. So when you put them in their enclosure, they need 3. So if you have 2 hermit crabs, you're gonna need 6 shells, 6 extra shells that are slightly bigger than the ones that they are wearing. So that way they can trade it out whenever they're growing and molting. That is an extremely, extremely important thing, and I cannot believe I left that out. I was thinking about it and then I just forgot to mention it. Next thing that I wanted to mention is that they love to climb, so having lots of height and different things inside of their enclosure is very important as well, because they like to climb on things and grab onto things and explore. They're very curious and intelligent creatures, so I just wanted to add those things in. Again, this is not a care video. I don't know how many times I can mention that, but yeah, okay, thanks. So this video is not a care video. If you're clicking on this video to learn about hermit crabs, Can you please be quiet?
They're gonna bark here in a little.
And don't die. So this is not a care video. This is not a video that you can go to learn about crabs because you bought them and you don't know what to do with them, you don't know where to put them. This is not the video for that. This is a video explaining things people don't know about hermit crabs, typically. Like a dog is a lot less of a so yeah, that's a good comparison. A dog lives anywhere from like 10 to 15 years, right? That's a dog. A hermit crab lives anywhere from 25 to 30 years. Dog or hermit crab, you know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of information out there on hermit crabs just because it's such a hush-hush trade. I hate saying that, like, animals are not for trade, but they are. This is not care video. Not care video at all. So do not go and be like, that's a care video, because it is not. I don't know anything. Okay, I shouldn't say that, because then that just makes this video like not accurate at all. I don't know much about hermit crabs. I feel like if they were given to me, I would know. Okay, I think I should stop talking now, even though I'm probably gonna remember 50 more things that I should say, and I should really start taking notes before I start my videos. I used to do that, and now I don't, and I feel kind of bad about that, but it's okay. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do like it. And I'm probably gonna film a bunch more videos in case I don't like this one, which is kind of awkward, but